Hey y'all, hey, and welcome to Tootie Talk Sense, and I am Tootie. Let's go ahead and get started and talk about this Real Housewife of Atlanta, season 15, episode 12, y'all. First, let me tell y'all, how was y'all weekend? Because my weekend, it was fun. Did anybody watch the fight? Because there was two fights. It was the boxing fight and the UFC fight. So we had both going on over here. Now, let me tell you, we was over here so kicking it and enjoying ourselves. We didn't even realize that when we put on the boxing fight, because that was on Showtime, I think. It was it was a previous fight, and we didn't even end up seeing it. Wait, y'all, don't I always start and then forget something? Wait a minute. I don't want to bend all over, have everything up in the camera. Okay. So yeah, we watched. I still didn't watch. I was going for Crawford for the boxing. I heard he won, but we had a whole fight party. They didn't even watch the fight. So I was over there talking and drinking that Tito, yeah. But did y'all go see that Barbie movie? Because I keep saying that stuff all on the internet and everything, with everybody like posting about it. And I just want to know, y'all, let me know if y'all know the answer, right? Why was Barbie more popularized within the black community and people posting, people going, than me personally? Y'all experience may have different than I personally seen for Little Mermaid. And I was like, that's a little odd. Like because it wasn't a black Barbie movie, wasn't it, you know, but and for Blackling, because I personally, when I seen the trailer for Blackling, I was like, oh, that looks like it's gonna be funny. But then when I seen them interview on the Breakfast Club, and the producer was black, and he was saying how he had to produce his own movie because he's also was a gay male, and he said in order for him to be, you don't see too many black gay males in the lead role position, because I'm assuming because he said the stereotype of them being a weaker male. So he produced his own movie and just his story behind it and how the cast was black and it was funny. I was like, okay, I was gonna wait for it to come out on streaming. But then once I seen a black producer and stuff, I'm like, let me go on to the show and show my support. And I didn't see too much of that going around on social media, but these barbs, everybody saying like they done went Barbie crazy. But I don't know. Did y'all go see it? And why was that such a big thing in the black community? Are we just more along what's trending and then supporting all? I don't know. Just my opinion. But let's go ahead and get to this review, right? So episode 15, Candy starts off. It starts off with Candy leaving because Candy had to get up early to go to shows. Candy stayed booking busy, okay? And I said, so she had to get off early. I done started something else. I'm trying to do two things at one time. Trying to make sure that everything is playing over here on my phone. And I got a lag. I don't know why. But Candy stayed booking busy, y'all. So she had to leave. They had just had that whole thing the night before with her and Drew steady denied kissing this girl. I'm not in a lifestyle, so I don't know how that is, but it seems to be more popular. I thought that males had a harder time coming out, but I seen that in the Whitney Houston story, how they said she wasn't really able to come out and be what she wanted to be, and also Monique in her last stand up, she said that her stand up, the backstory was about her, not being able to say who she is and what she really likes to do. Now, I heard some vloggers, like I said, this is my first season watching. I heard some vloggers say that Drew probably don't want to come out because her mama is a pastor. But anyway, so they pick up with Drew and his kids, right? So Manetta go to Kenya room to tell her what happened the night before, because man, Kenya wasn't there. She had bust her butt, so she was still resting. She didn't go to the sleepover, and so Manetta went the next day to Kenya room to tell her what happened. And so Kenya ended up saying because Kenya, Manetta, not Manetta, Kenya, Marlo, and Candy all say, and I want to say it was Cynthia was there. They all say that Drew didn't kiss the girl now. Kenya was like, well, I ain't gonna say she kissed her, but her face was right here and I saw this happening. So I'm like, unless they was arguing in each other's face like this, she kissed the girl. And she liked it. So but Marlo took video and sent it to Latoya. And Latoya is the girl that she was supposed to be supposed to kiss. Now we have Kenya, Candy, and Marlo all saying that they kissed. And Latoya initially was like they kissed. They showed videos of her saying they kissed on the reunion. She went on Candy speak on it and said they kissed, but now she's saying she denying it. So Drew meets with Sheree and they talks about it. The next day they talk about the argument, and she says she think Candy trying to push it so Drew could be comfortable kissing Candy in the movie. I'm like, if you think that's the reason she trying to push it, why would you even do the movie? I wouldn't even do the movie if I think she trying to, you try to act like she trying to sign you up for the other team. Girl, if you already did it, the reason she probably picked you is because you already did it and she knew you would be comfortable with kissing a woman. Yeah, but Drew mad that Marlo was secretly filming her. And Sheree said, girl, we on a reality TV show. How you mad because somebody filming you? That makes sense. You got cameras around at all the time. You didn't learn from the kiss that cameras are recording from the alleged. What my alleged man? You ain't learned from the alleged kiss that everything is recorded and gonna be put out. So why is you surprised that everybody with a smartphone, who are all reality TV stars, are recording? That don't make sense. So Drew tells Marlo. So Drew tells Marlo to watch out for her cousin Courtney. And Kenya impression on Courtney is spot on. Like she got Courtney's spot on. She started talking and using her little Courtney voice. Cause Courtney got like the Malibu girl, I guess a Barbie impression like voice that she does. And when Kenya reenacted it, I was like hilarious. So they end up going to let's go to the sound, to a sound like meditation thing. Kenya say she's really take Kenya in her little after interview. She went, I'm like, I ain't hear nobody else talk about it. But I was like, what? She said, I rarely take baths. And I'm like, yeah, it's the sound bath. That's what they went to, the sound bath. Kenya was like, I rarely take baths. I said, wait a minute, bring that back. Why that? What you say? I know she probably meant that she always showers and she rarely takes bath. But I said, that sound clip, baby. I'm quite sure she's so pretty. I'm quite sure that girl washes her ass, but that clip I really take bath is something. It's something to be said, okay? Then Courtney says Kenya is a drama king, a drama queen, and like to make a mountain out of a molehill. So Mayetta rap, and I said I like Mayetta rap. Sheree was like her rap was whack. I was like Sheree just hating because she don't do nothing but make this Sheen by Sheree. But her rap was good to me. It was decent. It ain't my booty hole brown, but it was still decent. Drew was saying that Courtney's acting different. And but I was like, because before that they was telling her to watch out for her cousin, and then she was like, yeah, well, I think Courtney acting different. I think Drew just allowing people to talk in her head, and now she's trying to pick up something that maybe is not there. Maybe Courtney is acting different, but it seems to, because she was like, oh, she wasn't really talking, it seems they had the interaction. She said how they hug like they usually do. Now the sound bath is them laying flat on their backs with their eyes closed, and they're listening to like different instruments. Then different emotions, they play like clips of the flashbacks of what each person is experiencing. Kenya get emotional because she said she feel like she could do more for the world, but she's so concerned with her daughter and wanting to have another baby for her daughter. I said, you be careful having another baby for your daughter, because I'm on number 4 now. The first one was the only child for 10 years, and she really wanted the sibling. Then I had her, and then the other one really wanted the sibling. And then they could get out of control, quick duplicity before you know it. So you better be careful, okay? So they go to move to the dinner area. Sheree said someone told her that a witch probably put a curse on her because her fibroids. She went to the doctor for the fibroids, and she said, "Oh, my doctor was like, oh, do you know a witch? Because to do a spell." I was like, "Is that why I got all these fibroids? Did somebody then put some stuff on me? Where's my sage? Because I need to get this up off me." Then Sheree brings up last night. I said, it's always Sheree. Like, you remember about that time? What about what we was talking about? So Sheree brings up last night in the girl on girl activity. So Sheree says the first time Candy and Marlo's actually agree on something, which is Drew kissing that girl. That's Sheree's nice way of being like, girl, they don't agree on nothing, but they agree that your ass was lying. So I'm like, that was a little low key shade, but Drew ass didn't get it. She ain't catch it. Drew don't be catching shit. But Drew and Marlo get into it because she said, and Drew tells Marlo she needs to worry about her case and her edges instead of worry about whether or not she kissed the girl. And then Kenya asks Courtney if she wants to tell Drew about what people said about her. Because Manyetta was saying that she witnessed a conclusion. Now they had all this big thing about what the word conclusion means. It just made people conspire. But then Courtney and Kenya go back and forth, right? Courtney and Kenya go back and forth. Kenya like, girl, you want to fight? Cause I'm what you want to do? Fight? Cause I'm not gonna fight. I'm not gonna fight you. Cause Courtney, I think it's more Kenya just do not like Courtney. It's probably because how she came in and she got into it. Initially, come in getting into it with Candy. Candy and Kenya seems to be best friends. It seems like those two then Candy then became all right with her, but and Courtney was talking crap. So Courtney be talking crap about Kenya on the low. Whether it get back to Kenya or not, but she do always got something to say. So Courtney and Kenya end up going back and forth. And because Courtney, like, because Kenya is the one who come to say that they was collusion. They was doing collusion, right? But Courtney, like, girl, you weren't even there. How you talking? You weren't even there. Because, of course, Manyetta went back and told Kenya. But Kenya is the one bringing it up and reporting back like she was there. She like, girl, you ain't even there. How you got something to say? What you need to do is shut up. So, and worry about you busting your ass. You need to worry about your hip bone. And while you worry about something else, that was your karma. She tell her that was your karma. That was your karma for you being a mean girl. And referring back to when Kenya told her to like stop touching me, girl. You're doing too much. Stop touching me. You're a little touchy. And so she's like, that's your karma. You get off that mean girl energy, and that's your karma. You bust your ass. God don't like ugly. So Sheree stands up, and she don't stand up. She yelling like, y'all be quiet. This is so embarrassing. We just came from like this healing sound bath, and y'all over here just loud and ghetto in this restaurant. It's in the reservations under my name, and y'all making me look like I'm from the hood. She ain't say all that, but that's I like to add my own shit up in there. That's probably what she meant. So she gets up, she walks out, y'all. So then the girls go and she walks out. The girls go and talk to her. Drew talks to Courtney about what was said, and was like, we supposed to be family. There need to be some type of loyalty. Anyway, they go back to the hotel. They change to go out again. So Drew says, and so they go out again. They ask Drew, how's everything with you and your husband? I know y'all just had that 7-year itch. Is things fine? Drew was like, yeah, I'm still in counseling, but Ralph ain't. He taking a break. How you gonna take a break from marriage counseling? Y'all supposed to be in counseling together. I said, well, okay. And you should say everybody looked at each other like, fuck you just say, well, you in counseling, but he ain't he the one with the problem? But yeah. So Zaya talks to Marlo about her coming back and telling Kenya, not Marlo, Manyetta. She tells Manyetta like, you shouldn't have came back, told Kenya that as if we was, plotting and stuff. That it wasn't nothing like that. So Drew and Marlo goes back and forth again. The mugs stay going back and forth. They go back and forth again. And Drew and Marlo go back and forth because I know Drew ended up asking her something about what you do for a living. She said the same thing your husband do. We both in the tech field. So the big thing is don't nobody know what her husband do. And then even after the after show that they did, and they asking Drew what her husband do. Drew like, oh, he's some type of technical. Kenya was like, girl, you sound like you don't even know. But that's gonna come up later because Marlo mentioned her husband. So Kenya and Courtney goes back and forth about Courtney saying Karma is a bitch, and to demonstrate that, to demonstrate that them saying like, oh well, Karma's a bitch, to demonstrate like Kenya bad behavior. They show clips of her arguing with Martell, and I'm like, that ain't her bad behavior. I thought in that clip, she was like standing up for herself. Martell was coming at her. Sad. Martell was trying to say, well, he don't even know. He was trying to say she was lying about him texting her. Then the text did come up. Then he was like, well, you was lying about the time. It wasn't 6 months. It was 2 years ago type thing. And then he ended up saying something about like, she probably responds to everybody texting something. He said something downgrading. She got loud back with him because I don't agree with Sheree even end up taking her over there and him coming to confront her because that's the same thing that's gonna come up in the show, that there's a woman going to a man, and then a man coming in to confront the woman about something. Well, that shouldn't happen. But anyway, that's what they show for Kenya being a bad person. And then they show Kenya opening the door and yelling at them. But what they don't show before is that Marlo was banging on her door. Her daughter was in there asleep. It was late. I would have came in that door and cuss y'all motherfucking ass out too. Do you know how hard it is to get a kid to once you done put them little down for the night and somebody that came and knocked on your door and they loud out there? First of all, if you just scared them, it's gonna be even hard to get that child back to sleep because Kenya daughter look like she about 4, 5, something like that. So it's gonna be even harder to get her back to sleep. And you done woke a kid up, and I don't know how long it took me. And even though Kenya do have help, y'all, I know she got help there, nannies and stuff. But baby, you don't wake no sleeping kid up with some noise because y'all bored. So they show that. I was like, that ain't even a good clip to just show. I know if y'all saying this girl is that horrible, like I said, this is my first season watching, but I'm quite sure she'd have been on here seasons before that. If she's a mean girl like y'all say she is, there should be plenty of more clips to show besides that because that one didn't do it. So the next day they go to a winery and Marlo receives a text from Ralph. And I'm like, what the hell is Ralph texting Marlo? So Ralph was texting her talking about keep my name about your mouth. And I'm looking like, first off, how did Ralph get Marlo number? That's first off. Did Drew go and tell your husband like this is her number so your husband could confront Marlo? Why is your husband confronting a woman? You didn't already confronted her. Where is your husband coming in getting in the middle of this woman mess to confront another woman? So the one thing that I do agree with Marlo. Marlo came back and she said, I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to talk to your husband because he's a man. I'm going to come talk to you, the wife who brought it to your husband. And I'm like, okay, that's one thing Marlo said that actually makes sense because I'm like, this is ridiculousness. Like, I don't even know why you think, why your husband thought that my husband, he stay out a lot of mess. Me and him talk, and we'll gossip together. What Kevin Hart said, that bitch Sabrina come back every day complaining about work, and then people who I don't like and he get on my nerves. But he ain't finna reach out. Even if I said they said something about him, he's not finna reach out to another female to confront another female. Like sometimes men will get into it with women, okay, they in the same things will blow over, they will argue back and forth. But for you to reach out, grab your phone to text and argue with another female like you a female, I ain't gonna say you a bitch, but it's bitches behavior. In my opinion, y'all, my opinion. But so she apologized for bringing him up in the argument that had nothing to do with him. She didn't say anything wrong. Drew asked if she filed taxes. Marlo said, "Ask your husband because we're in the same field." technology. We in the technology field. You say he in the technology field. Ask your husband if he filed taxes while you worry about my taxes. And that when Drew went, started talking about her edges and her arrest record and clearing her record. So then the rest of the show, they had, they started drinking wine. Everybody got to get enjoying themselves and things of that nature. The big thing that stood out for me is that Drew is calling those people, hey Terry Cole, thank you for joining. Drew called them people pilgrims. I said, Lord, pilgrims. Pilgrim. I said maybe they look like the 2023 pilgrims, okay? Because the one I always seen the drawing on had black and white. So maybe Drew thought those were 2023 pilgrims because the way they was dressed. They was Portuguese dancers, but she called them people pilgrims. I said, I'm gonna need Drew. I'm gonna need Drew to do better. Because I know she's from Chicago and you represent Chicago, right? I'm gonna need you to do better for us, Drew, because this is I ain't never been to Africa. I only been to South Africa. I'm gonna need you. They don't say shootings in Chicago. They say incidents. I said, what school? Where Chicago public school system is responsible for this, y'all? So they ends with the dancing, and they try to teach the pilgrims. They try and teach the pilgrims how to do the cuffing Beyonce dance, and that's the way the episode is, y'all. And so that's it for that episode. Y'all could comment. Y'all can come on the link if y'all won't have anything else to discuss about that episode. Or something that y'all seen that you want to talk about that I didn't talk about. The link is in the chat. So this not about the episode, but this is just something that I seen that I thought was what in the Jesus. Did y'all see the Carly Russell mugshot? And she in there smiling like she taking pictures for senior pictures or something like that. I said, girl, what is you doing? Like you already didn't waste these people time, right? And I'm one of the ones, I ain't gonna lie. I'm one of the ones who I was like, I really don't feel like she should get jail time. If y'all don't know, I'm talking about Carly Russell, who's the girl who said she was kidnapped, but wasn't. And they filed charges. And so she got arrested and bailed out. But they released her mugshot. And I knew that mugshot was going to be something because at the end of the press conference, the press conference is supposed to be over, but a reporter snuck in the last question. Usually they don't answer when they're ready to go. They said, if you want to release a mugshot, he came right back to that mic. Yeah, we'll be releasing it. I knew he knew. And I'm like, at least look sad, a fake cry. Don't be on there smiling like that because they already feel like you didn't waste resource, at least appear to look sad about you wasting these people resources. Carly. But that's all. That was all the wrap up they got. I thought next week was going to be the reunion, but it doesn't seem like it. Looked like they got another episode. So y'all comment, tell me what y'all felt about this episode and about Drew and her pilgrim. I'm hoping that this argument about Drew, because the after show was actually Drew and Candy. So I'm assuming that they just agreed to disagree. And hopefully that thing is over and they can move on to something else, y'all. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the all bell. When you subscribe, hit the bell, click all so you can see notifications when I go live. Also, follow me on all the Instagrams. My Instagram social media sites. Facebook is Tootie Talk Sense. Twitter is Tootie Talks. What else do I have? Instagram is Tootie Talk Sense. Yeah. So I think that's it. And thanks for all the new subscribers. Thanks for all the old subscribers. Y'all come back and catch me soon. I'm finna get my butt up in here and eat, okay? Because yesterday, y'all, I made some dressing. I made some macaroni and cheese. And I fried me some tilapia to go with it. And what else did I have? And I had some sweet potatoes. So it's some food left. So thank God I didn't have to cook tonight because the day was long at work. Long and drowning. Okay? So, y'all, I'm finna go on here and eat this dinner. Y'all have a good night, and I will catch y'all next time. Bye.